Morning everyone, welcome to this week's episode. Today is actually Thursday. The last, 30 hours? We've been completely rained out.
Completely soaked.
Let's have a little look at the yard. So we didn't film much yesterday because it was just atrocious. But there's flooding, everything is wet, the boat is soaked. Like literally all my stuff down there, like my rudders, everything is absolutely soaked. So we're gonna have to get on with something today, a lot of drying.
Hi, I'm Erica, and this is my fiance Davy. We are living aboard our new to us hurricane-damaged catamaran, Barefoot 2.0. We met in Fiji 3 years ago and have experienced so many beautiful places together. For the past 2 years, we've made the ocean our home, starting on our Catalina 36 in the States and the Northern Caribbean. We hope to one day circumnavigate the globe, but for now we are fixing our boat one step at a time. Subscribe to our channel to follow our journey. When faced with a challenge, look for a way, not a way out.
Inside of the boat as well, maybe Eric can show you in a minute.
Yeah.
It's condensation everywhere because we've got leakage from the cabin top. But yeah, also poor little Foxy hasn't been off the boat, have you? Because it's too muddy. Do you want to get off the boat? You want to go play with your friends? All right, let's take Foxy for a little bit of a run around and inspect some of the stuff going on downstairs. Yeah. All right, let's get on with this week's episode. Enjoy.
Woohoo! Go on, Fox.
Come on, Pop.
Go. Go.
Is someone ready? Someone ready to come down? Give me a second.
Oh, there's Minnie coming to say hi.
There's your friends. Haven't seen your friends for days. So this is my workshop area, which is more of a puddle area at the moment. Fortunately, yesterday evening I actually came off the boat to go and use the bathroom, and this was the other way up, and it was just completely full of water. So obviously the hard top, everything else seems to have survived. The rudders are just wet, but that's fine, they'll dry pretty quickly this morning. Okay, so we keep our small tender, Littlefoot as we call it, we keep it on the side of Isaac's boat here in the marina. Stops it from blowing under the dock. But yeah, obviously with all the rain, I've come to check on it. And it's full of water. It's about a foot deep of water in here. So that's how much rain we've had over the last couple of days, just in Littlefoot. All right, I'm gonna clip the camera on and bail this thing out. Check the fuel as well, make sure it hasn't got any water in it. So a big thank you to our friend Andrew, who has also lent us this 8 horsepower Yanmar so we can get around. And yeah, we do actually have an outboard, but it's stuck in Cayman. We have no idea when they're going to let us back in their borders. We've been without ours since March 14th. So thank you so much, buddy. Just going to check she still works after all that rain. Fantastic, that's still running, so everything's good in here. Now it's empty. Andrew, one thing, I did actually service it for you. I turned down that idle screw, so now you don't have to do on-purpose crashes or planned crash landings when you come into a dock or something like that. So now you actually have a lower speed as well. So a cruising friend of ours, Dale, on 6 Girl, also has his dinghy here because he's working on his boat, but I believe they're actually staying in an apartment. So I thought I'd come and check out his dinghy and make sure he's all good. And he's also full of water. Of course, of course. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do, guys. I'm not going to film it. We're going to jump in, empty your boat for you, Dale. Catch you later. Sorry, a little bit noisy in the yard this morning. I got a boat doing some welding with a big generator running. Just wanted to tell you what I've decided to do, especially after all the rain. So with the hard top here, it got absolutely soaked. So I want that to dry for a little bit. And then I'm going to move on to start building the rain catchment system which goes around the outside. I have a plan for that, but that I'll show you later. So I'm going to get this off the table, and then what we're going to do is we're going to run over to the rudders. My final decision, well, I say final, I've had lots of advice from everyone, so thank you so much for that. But what I've decided on the rudders, this one here okay, the one that's still intact, I'm gonna leave it, put it to the side and not touch it. So if I do need to come back and make a mold, I will use it to make a mold. With this one here, I'm gonna move it over to the table. I'm gonna keep grinding, I'm gonna keep working on it and see if I can actually recover and rebuild this one here. So that's what we're gonna do this morning, get all this organized, get things moved, and then crack on and see what we can do with this rudder.
Got here, but the boxes kind of look a bit banged up, so just want to make sure that everything's fine and dandy. I wonder if it comes with the tool to...
It should come with the special tool to knock the pins out.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
They look alright. Look at that. They look clean. Do they look the right size?
Yeah. Just go and hold it up.
Oh, careful, wait.
Let's go have a look. Oh, careful, wait, I got told. At least you didn't drop it.
No, we're going to lose the bubble wrap. The bubble wrap.
Don't want to lose the bubble wrap. So these escape hatches, they are actually the recalled hatches. Unfortunately, when there's a certain production date from and but if you've got hatches from this, what's it called? Guyot, then they needed to be replaced. So yeah, they look like the right ones to me. So we'll make that a little bit of a project. We'll change those out.
Why do they have something here?
Well, that there is to keep the glass in at the top. If you notice, there's nothing. You see the bolts. That's the safety kit that we bolted in. So now they have them here, 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 and here. So it's not possible for the plexiglass to fall out when you're sailing, which is kind of smart.
They have holes already pre-drilled.
They're pre-drilled for the handles.
Yeah. Cool.
Another one just in case there's a damage.
Bubble wrap everywhere.
It's like Erica on Christmas morning.
Fragile.
Maybe fragile.
Fragile. Alright, they look good.
Looks good on that side. Alright guys, so I've done a load of grinding. Let's have a little look, shall we? Ground about a lot deeper. So these areas that were very, very black here, you can see this is recoverable. This bit here, I think is recoverable because we can actually... Oh, I see Erica is doing some washing up. Missing them. I think I need to empty the bucket. So, this areas, I believe, are recoverable. Here, here, here. The one thing I'm concerned about is this crack, which seems pretty central and looks like it goes a long way. So I've decided now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out this section here. I'm going to cut with some blades, cutting blades, maybe this way and this way. Chisel this piece out so I find the stainless steel inside. We can inspect that, and that's when we make the final decision. Is it recoverable? Is it not? So let's have a look. Let's get the cutting blade on it. Well, that's what we found. It's definitely wet. I'm not seeing much damage. Oh, now I'm not sure. I thought I was going to find exactly a really, really bad situation, and now it's kind of in the middle. I'm not sure. Okay, decision made. It's time to build a new rudder. I'm not liking this. I cut back some more here, as you can see. This continues in, it's in the middle of the rudder. there's too many areas that I'm not super happy with. I'm sure it would last a very long time, but I do want to be 100% confident in everything we do on this boat. So what we're going to do next is we're going to chop out this rudder post. Then we'll clean it up, and next step will be we're going to have to build a mold, another mold. So we'll build a mold from the other rudder, which I haven't worked on yet, and yeah. Hey, it's going to make some good episodes anyway, isn't it? Let's build some rudders. Just another little thought that I wanted to put on camera as well. The other rudder isn't actually in bad condition. Just inspected it. It's actually looking really good. I'll show it to you in a moment. This one that's in the worst condition is actually the rudder that we took off in Puerto Rico. We had it straightened. So this one has definitely taken an impact. The other one has always been straight and always been pretty good, and it looks much better condition. So I'm pretty sure this is the one that actually took an impact. That's why it was stuck and stiff. So I'm pretty sure either during the straightening process, probably also put some more cracking into it. Also made it slightly weaker. So that's another reason why I definitely want to rebuild this one. But the other one, if I take you over there in just a sec, I don't think I actually need to rebuild it. I think I can just work on the small areas where I can see that there is a tiny little bit of water ingress. You can see it from the black marks. So here, looking at this rudder, there is some blackening around the edges here. This here is just riding from the factory, and there is some blackening here and a tiny little bit of sort of pitting, if you will, around the top here, and some small cracks. So these areas here I will definitely repair. The rudder stock on this one is perfectly straight. There's a lot less pitting. So this one I'm definitely going to rebuild because she's in much better condition. That one can be restored as should be. Whereas this other one, nah, it's time to cut and chop and get this rudder stock out. So let's do that now. Camera, go on the right angle. That's it. Okay, so the big question, am I happy that I did this or am I not? Answer is yes. Not sure if you can see it, but it's full of water. So if I'd done the repair, the water would have been trapped inside. It wouldn't have had a chance to escape, and I reckon it would have got worse. Was it strong enough to go a lot further? Yes, definitely. But if you're looking at here on this side, the black I was trying to chase, that's got, the delamination is all the way here, probably further and probably behind here as well. So at the end of the day, I'm very happy that I have opened this up and that we're going to build a new one. So condition of this here, obviously I need to clean it all up. I can see, so the straightening that we had done, this area here is still bent. So I'm going to try and get someone to straighten that for me. That's not something, it's not majorly bent. It did function actually very well. But if there's a possibility of getting that straightened up just a touch more, then I will get that done here. If not, it's still definitely usable. And I could actually put this in at a slight off angle to give me a perfect upper post to rudder. Once this is fiberglassed in, it will be absolutely perfect. So I'm going to see if I can find some tools, clean this up, clean up the table, and then we need to start thinking about building a mold. Okay, so I've done a little bit of a clean up. I haven't got a proper wire brush at the moment. I'm going to go to the store and get one. One that goes on a drill, spins to clean up any pitting and stuff. But I have cleaned it up a little bit. It's looking all right. I wouldn't say 100%. So I've spoken to a chap that we've met here called Alan. He's a really good guy and he knows a lot of people. He's been here for a while. And he does know someone that can take a look at this for me, inspect it professionally. It does have a slight kink in it. I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up, but I'll try and give you a shot. It has a slight kink in it about this area, which is where it was straightened up before when we were in Puerto Rico. But what we're going to do is going to take it to him. He's going to inspect it next week, so it's going to take a little bit of time. But we've got plenty of time, so we've got to build the mold. And this area, if it's good enough, strong enough, then he will straighten it up for us and we can reuse it. If not, then we'll get another one made up. They're quite simple, really. It's the 3 fingers. So 1, 2, 3 holes to drill, 2 holes to drill at the other end, and a slight keyway to cut. So it's not a hell of a lot to be remade if it needs to be, but what we'll do is we'll get it inspected by a professional, make sure it's good and strong, and then we'll get it back. So stand by, guys, for next week's video. Stand by, guys, for next week's video where we're going to start to make the mould for the rudders. I'd like to continue with the rudders as much as possible, but also I'm going to be working on the hardtop at the same time. So weather permitting, different jobs, and also if we've got time where we're waiting for people, i.e. the professional looking at this rudder stock and getting it straightened. All right, guys, stand by.